He's putting his head through the bars. I would probably just call him bar. Oh, he could be called inmate. That's a good one. These are two colts that he had never seen before. This was their third ride. So I hope you guys learned something. Now this place is freaking packed. There's no parking. I'm hustling as fast as I can hustle to get in there, but this whole parking lot is a sheet of ice. Look. Horrible. As I seriously make my way across here like a dork. We're headed in. We're headed in. We made it. We have 1 minute to spare. He probably is going to start his presentation before I get there, so I'm going to get you what I can get you.
I'm going to let him look around here. Being a little more relaxed today.
Hi, Scott Daly from Scott Daly Horse Training. I live in Ark City, Kansas. I've been doing these colt starting demonstrations for probably 22 years now.
I kind of like to make sure they pick up him picking up his right lead, then he picks up his left lead. I think it's very crucial. It comes right down to everything. You go riding around. There we are. A lot better so far. I'm going to go up here. And like I say, he's a little bit head shy. I want to just basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to work on his head a little bit more today. He has no reason to sit there and really be leery from me at all. I've had a lot of horses be James who are kind of head shy.
They're just 2-year-olds. They weren't halter broke at all.
I mean, almost listen how to play, and he doesn't have that yet. It's like a lot of it, he's just trying to be a little hard-headed, a little stubborn about stuff. Here's a little better. I'm going to go over in here. Go over the hindquarters. That's a lot better. Pull his head around here. You can do this when you halt breaking his winglings and yearlings. Pull him right around and kind of lock up a little bit. Really follow around. There we are. A little better.
What he's asking him to do is move away from pressure. He did this about 4 times.
I do that. This is about a 23 foot rope. And all it is a tree climbing rope. I don't mind him moving over here on me, but he likes to get a little bit on the pushy side. He wants to kind of lay on me right here. And he wants to try to do some roundabout things all the time anyway. Now, put that pressure on him right here. Doing good. Very good. And all this is doing is getting ready for his cinches. So, you don't want that saddle rolling under him or anything and causing a big deal. Over here, the other side, do the same thing over here. I'm going to bounce right here next to him. And I like to keep it to where if he does move, I can pull his head around. Okay? I don't care. It'll be alright. I don't want to move, and a lot of that is just adjusting to the weight, to my weight. Good. Not better. There we are. Same over here. And hurting up there. Stay a little stiff. A little bit more today. Push into me right here.
You'll see the colt gets a little pushy again. So he's asking the colt to back away from pressure and respect his space.
So if you stand, that's hard. Better. Very nice. There we go. Again. A lot better. Head pretty straight. And you're trying to lean into me. Pull around there. Very good. I've never picked up his feet. I'm going to show you guys real quick for our riding. I'm going to show you how we kind of go around and start picking up his feet. All I'm going to do is use my hand right down here, my right hand, and I kind of like to keep my rope in my hand here. And all I'm going to do, that way I kind of know if this horse is going to do something. I'm going to pick his foot up, drop it just like that. So saddle pad one here, and you can make noise with it, whichever, however much. Up. Grab the saddle. Check this out right here. And set this saddle up here.
Again, this is the third time this colt has had a saddle on.
Last night I kind of moved around a little bit. So far it's a lot better.
Notice the colt licking. That is a self-calming technique. It's giving the colt a couple of moments to adjust to the saddle. How quiet and calm his body language is as he reaches under and around this colt. Then he quietly comes around to this side to go ahead and tighten up his cinches. The colt is simply being curious and sniffing his pockets. Scott just sort of ignores the colt and goes about his business in a quiet and orderly manner.
Do is snug this down right here. Let off. Snug it down. Let off. Straighten it up. And that's it. Now. When he's around here, see if he check that out, see how he gets along today. Move around some. There we go. We'll go back and adjust to that a little bit. So far, he's getting along a little better today. He ain't as, all he yesterday, he was really jumping around for him. Not really, he wasn't bucking around like that, but most of the scoops and things. And then, you get up in there, he would just kind of bolt off. And just kind of want to get scared. I'm moving around here a little bit. Spinning around. There we are. Good today, good. Like I said, every time to bolt out of there too far, just kind of looking around, looking at the other side. Now, yesterday he was really wanting to kind of, when he stepped on him, he wanted to kind of shoot a little bit. So, I'm going to step on him here. I'm going to step on him. I'm going to kind of touch his head to see if we can. I'm going to kind of grab himself a little bit. It ain't going to get him. There we are. Throw it right in there. Put nervous right there. Not here. Very good. Now, move around. See if we can kind of slide down just a little bit. Adjust the saddle at the same time. When there's less work, we're cruising around instead of getting scared or whatnot. Good. Back down here. Get that back, adjust that side a little bit. There you go. Better. There you go. See if I can move it out. And walk up here. Well, I know you can look around here. This right here is just the hardest thing for him to do. He gets a little bit nervous when he's just bold. And this horse and even that horse too, this is just a whole different scenario. They get amped up and they just want to go just 90 to nothing. And so you got to try to figure out a way to just make them relax and kind of quiet down. He kind of picked up right there, didn't ask me to. Adjust that saddle just a little bit. I'm going to ease off right here for this direction. A lot better right there because, like I say, last couple times he kind of shoot out and he'd be a little tough about it. And just more so, just all he'd do is just, he'd booger it, whatever, and just kind of jump from little things. It wasn't like his buck, he just try to jump around. It's like when I stepped on him, little things like that. And so me, you know, try not to get him too hot and worked up. Right now, and yesterday, he'd already been sweating around here. He'd already kind of wanted to run off and whatnot. And so today, I'm just trying to go in there and tell him, hey, I don't want you. I don't want to sit there and have you, asking for your life every day, anything like that. If I ask you to just kind of walk around there, we can walk around here and it's all right. Anybody got any questions so far? This horse has done really well. That's what he did yesterday. You guys got to see him there. You got to see him put the first 2 rides on him. Quite a little bit of change. I never have to stick with his feet or nothing like that, so you get along pretty good. It's like even like right over here. Now, you got to kind of walk around here. So I'm going to ask him to go ahead and look on around. They want to get strong a little bit. You walk that way. Thinks they get out some work or whatever. Wants to be hard-headed about it. That way. Right here, you got to do a lot of work. This is back and forth off this bench. What happens, they get to really moving around here and see sort of young horses to slip and in out there and walk. And up. Worry about the little things like that. Worry about him. Pick up a little bit now. Oh, that's hard. There we go. So we want to speed it up. Pull his nose right back into it. Go. Very good. Good, we got a pig right here. So such a bad deal. How old is that one? 2-year-old. Yeah. They get kind of looking around and stuff. Looks pretty good right here. A lot of reassurance on different things. Let's see if you can take a step back here and get a little bit better about his nose. See if he'll take one step. There you go. One step back right there. Very good. Anybody got any questions? So far, he's done real good. In the first day and everything. Some of them, that one right there, he's kind of almost jumped out. He had his head over the top of this deal and put his head through the panel and stuff like that. So yeah, once they want to get along, they still want to kind of keep having a little bit of burst like this. So just kind of move him around here. And like now, he's, as much as he's trying to get along right here, he's trying to be kind of more laid back and not as strong as he has been. So, if you don't get too strong, he just wants to kind of work. We'll sit there and work. Now, when he does that right here, go and get strong, he gets strong. Now he wants to lock him back off. Pick him up. Really said that in the thing. One range drops for one call. I'm moving around. Yeah, like last night, I took a second ride on him last night. As much as he was wanting to learn something, he really wasn't wanting to learn anything. And just wanting to be hard-headed, and that happens. I mean, it's just part of it. He wanted to jolt and run off and just stuff like that, just out of the blue. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people in here and whatnot, but what the thing to be is you gotta, regardless, you gotta get around. And like right here, he kind of pushes on me, right there. And so, in a second. Which I'm glad he's being a little friendly. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't get that part twisted. That's a good thing to do. So, all I'm going to do is, and if they're a little head shy or whatever, she's a little goosey that way, I'm just going to put that up there. So now, I'm going to go here. She's kind of a little goosey about that. So, and that's not a big deal. I'm not going to make it too much of an issue. But, he goes in here. Pretty good right there. Just go back and forth with it. Now, reach up there and pet him. Now, I'm going to put this pressure on this horse and I want him to go flat all the way against the panels. This right here, it's not dally down there. I mean, if he wants to get loose, he's going to get loose. He's going to burn your hand, he's going to get loose. So what you want to do, if they go to run backwards, just let them do it. Run right back up here, stand here, move back and forth. So figure out if they need to stand here and behave, stand here and be tied and not be running back and carrying on. I'm going to put a little pressure on him, release, put a little pressure, he kicks that head over there, quits playing with that deal, rubs around because he's getting a little hot. Put that pressure right here on him until we leave. There. It's a lot easier just kind of standing there and moving over. Now go over here, do pretty alright right there. Feel a little goosey, not bad. Hair on your head, good. Go to the hindquarters. Go to this other side right here. See how he wants to, instead of paying attention, he wants to sit there and squirrel around. Now you notice him moving his hind end over here? That's what we want right there. That's why I want him to relax. You get a horse that, like I said, time up doing like this to your trailer, you get where you just slam that rope up there. Pretty soon they're going to not even care about that rope. Go over here to this other side. Standing all right, pretty good right there. Want to move a little bit more fluid right here. All you need to do is turn his head over. He can do it. He can spend as much time walling on that Colt or walling on me, or biting on that rope or whatever. He can stand over here and give, pay attention. Do it again. Like I said, you can do this, whatever. You've got, here's all breakers, winglands, rearlands, and stuff. Older horses. You get your hind quarters right here. Relatively good, got over here. Good. We kind of want to just gradual changes. Stick his head over there, put bowling, put walling. You know, no matter what, we're going to move over. Flush against there. See how he wants to keep on nibbling, just typical little run across. Eager. Yeah. Over here. Got a little bit better over here this side. There, you want to kind of push. All you gotta do is move his body. And his head over there, just. People sometimes feel like, oh, doesn't that get from the bind? No, not really. Actually, they can get out of that bind just as easy as they can get in that bind. They gotta learn how to move and give it that pressure, 100%. Right, instead of carrying on up.
Well, you were the superstar power hour. You finally wound down a little bit. You're adorable.